Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Monday to you. Monday means it's time for Cheer Corner. We need to start the week off right, and together we are going to change the world one card at a time. So I just needed to check to make sure that my volume was okay. Gerard found a little trick in my computer, so we think we may have it fixed, and I might not have to buy an external microphone. So here's hoping. Today, by pure accident, I have all the products, almost all the products that I'm using are online exclusives. Big thanks to Patty Bennett. I am totally casing her card today. She reminded me of something that I did a long time ago and I haven't done for a while. So, are you curious? Let's get started. You can see I've got quite the lineup of blends here. Any guesses for what I might be coloring? I have Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Crumb Cake, Gray Granite, Smoky Slate, and a Color Lifter. And I'm just going to move those all out of the way. We're starting with the here. Then this ribbon is from the annual catalog. I'm going to be using this one. And it's got some kind of boring name. Ribbon Duo Combo Pack. Okay, it's right here. See it? Two spools, lemon lime twist, and petal pink. Okay, and now we're going to use this stamp set, the go-to greetings, and I love this one because it has all the basic greetings. Just a note, thank you, happy birthday, thinking of you, in different fonts and different sizes. So this is a really good one if you just want the basics. And yeah, so I love that. We are using this stamp set, which is one of my favorites. The Fluffiest Friends goes really well with the stamp set that I'm going to be using for my 14 Days of Love video series. That one's called Be My Valentine, and it's with the bees, but I love the honey bear, the bear with the honey pot. And I think I'm going to be using it tomorrow. So I've colored this bear and I've made this color swatch, and I totally copied Patty Bennett. I thought she came up, you know what, when someone does a great job, there's no sense reinventing the wheel. Today, we're going to use this little bunny. Now, I think I colored the bear better than the bunny, but we'll see how we do. So that's the stamp set. And then we have the deckled circle dies. Now, these are also in the online exclusives. I believe they were in the holiday catalog, but there are a ton of circles. I love this set. I forgot it in Holland, and so I really, really missed it. There are 14 circles. Okay, so there's that. Then, oh yeah, here's my bunny. So I made a swatch. So the Patty's theory is that when you color an image, that you make a color swatch right away of the colors that you used. And the bonus of that is that I remember what I used, so I can redo it. And also, if you guys say, what colors did you use? Instead of me having to write them all out, I can just take a picture of my swatch and share it with you. So that's really cool. The card base is going to be Parakeet Party. Okay, so 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4.25. Or, now I'm 20.5 centimeters by 14.85 centimeters scored at 10.5. Wow, I'm proud of myself for that. Then we have, this is the paper we're using, and this is called Delightful Floral, and it is an online exclusive. It comes with a stamp set as well that I do not own. We are going to be using this one, and we're going to be using this green, this Parakeet Party. But these are just 3 of the sheets that are in there. I love them. I love the colors. I love these flowers, and I love the fact that it looks kind of watercolored. Beautiful. Okay, are we ready to get started? We're going to start with paper trimmer. We're going to do the boring bits first. And I'm kind of guessing at the measurements. I'm thinking I want to cut off about an inch. So, but this card is in centimeters, so an inch is just a hair more than 2.5 centimeters. So I'm doing 2.5 centimeters. I'm cutting that off. And now I need to trim a piece that's going to fit on here. Okay, so I need to find my ruler, and I'm walking you through it so that you can do this as well. So if you were using the North American 8.5 by 11, if you cut off an inch here, Then you have left 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's what the cardstock base would look like. You're going to subtract 1/4 inch so that you have a nice little margin all around. That means you want 3 inches by 5 1/4. Now I'm going to do it in centimeters, but that's your inches. So let's see what we have left here. We have 8, I'm going to say 8 centimeters by 14.85. So let me write that down. 8 centimeters by 14.85. So here we have the math, ladies and gentlemen. 8 centimeters by 14.85. I'm going to subtract 0.5 centimeters. That gives me 7.5 centimeters by 14.35. So we have the inches. Take a screenshot, and I will maybe take a picture of this later. Now, we need 8 centimeters, so I'm subtracting 7.5. Okay, so 7.5 centimeters by 14.35. There we go. Now let's see how that looks. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now the inside I'm going to cover completely with my pattern paper. So you would make that 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 and maybe take a hair off. So I'm going to do this. I'm hoping this is long enough. It is. Okay. So 10.5 centimeters is how wide it would be. But because of the fold, I'm going to go to 10.4 and then 14.85. There. So now we can put that part together. And then we're going to stamp our image and we're going to do some coloring. Okay, and if you guys get bored with the coloring, then just fast forward it. That's the beauty of watching on YouTube. And for the rest, I know I'm going to cover up this beautiful paper. And for the rest of you, if you find that enjoyable, then you can just watch as I do it. And maybe you'll say, that looks great. And maybe you'll think, ooh, I'm going to do it differently. That's okay. Do whatever you like. So here is, see, so now we have that. Look how pretty. This is showing. And now we're going to put this piece on. And there isn't really a right and a wrong way because there's flowers going in both directions. So this one is stress-free. Do what you like. I mean, if you really start looking, you're going to think, how many more flowers are going up and down? Don't do it. Don't do it, people. Don't waste too much time. The trick to using liquid adhesive is to not use it too thickly, and then you don't get any oozing. So you see, I did make the mistake. I do think I like it better this way. But don't think that people are going to overanalyze. They're not. Okay. So now we have, let me see, I have to find it. I had some deckled circles laying around. So I found them. They were underneath my blends. I have a bubble bath deckled circle, and then I have a basic white deckled circle. And I should probably tell you what size they are, what number they are out of the 14. Okay, I figured it out. The white one is number 5, the 5th from the smallest, and the bubble bath is 6th from the smallest. Okay, so number 5 and number 6. So now we're going to stamp this little cutie right about here. We want to have room for him to sit in the grass, and we want room for some words above. So I'm using Memento because that's the ink that you use when you are coloring with blends. There. And let's just see. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use hello, just a note. I kind of love saying just a note or hello because it's for anything, right? Because there's nothing like having a stash of cards and then not having the right sentiment. So just a note, and it's just the right size too, just a note. And I should have maybe moved my bunny off to the side a little bit. I should have done that, but I didn't do it, and I'm not redoing it. So if you're doing this, I think it would look nicer if the bunny was just a little bit to the side. But maybe when he's all done, I'll be I'll be okay with it. Just a note. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to start with the easy bits. So I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo because I don't know about you, but I'm always, when I start coloring and it's all fresh and new, it's like, ooh, I don't know. Okay, so I'm taking the fine tip of the Flirty Flamingo and I'm just going to do Bunny's nose and the cherry on the cupcake. And then for the cupcake, I'm going to use, oh, I forgot. So look, when you're doing this, so I stamped this guy and I think I might have went a little bit too dark on his bottom. See, I used a bit of crumb cake mixed in on the bottom and not on the top. And I think his head doesn't match his body. So to fix that, I could add a little crumb cake in with his head. But write down all the colors that you used so that you can, for next time. So see, now I can refer to this and see how I did my cupcake, which is a bit silly, but that's okay. So this one is light Flirty Flamingo. I want to use the light bubble bath for the swirl, the icing. Okay. And then I'm going to use dark Flirty Flamingo. Maybe I'm going to do light first. I didn't do this on the other one. I just did the one color. And that's super light. So I'm using, it's a small area. So that does give it a little more nuance. Okay. So that looks cute. The nose is going to have a little bit of light bubble bath on it. Sometimes it's important to leave just a little bit of white space, okay? This is light smoky slate. And I'm just going to do the eyebrows and the eyes a little bit. Okay, now we're going to get going. Do I want to do more pink? I kind of want to do all the pink first, okay? So the feet and the ears, I'm going to go with a little bit of dark Flirty Flamingo right in there. And then with some, this is the bubble bath. No, this is the light Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to just bring that down a little bit. And then we're going to do the rest with the light bubble bath. There. Just a little pink in the ears. And then on the feet, the same thing. Dark Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to do it a little bit different and not have it too even this time. So that was dark Flirty Flamingo, light Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to go dark bubble bath, and light bubble bath. There. So looking cute, I think. Now I'm going to move all the pinks out of the way so I don't get confused. I have my color lifter. Okay, that's great to take away a little bit of color. And this time I'm going to start with crumb cake, which is kind of counterintuitive. I'm just playing. I'm going to go a little bit around the cheeks and around the legs. And then we're going to go with, this is dark smoky slate. I'm going to go with a little light crumb cake first. Always do your blending. Don't wait too long with the dark color before you add the light, otherwise it soaks in too much and you can't blend. Okay, so there. Now we're going to go with the dark smoky slate, and I'm going to just go along the ears a little bit. And here's head. And then light smoky slate. Yep. I should get some labels written out. Now I noticed that this wide tip is getting a little bit icky. So what I will do, just to save it, I will cut it. Because now it's too soft anyway, so I will trim it off. and that will give it a little more life. Okay, I just trimmed it a bit, and now it's much easier to use. Okay, and I'll make a note of it with my blends to say, you know what, it's almost time for a new one. There. And now I'm going to take my color lifter and see if I can pull this gray in a little bit. I want to soften up this here. Oh yeah, this is better. I'm doing better than the last time. You know, allow yourself to play, okay? So look at the difference of my bunny faces. Oh, see, now once you look back at it, it's not that bad, but I kind of like this one better. But bunnies are all different, so don't get too bent out of shape. Okay, now I'm going to do his body. And again, I kind of like the crumb cake in there, but now we're going to use dark smoky slate again. A little bit in here. Looks so dark, doesn't it? And a little bit along the bottom. And then to get a bit more shading, I'm going to go with the dark gray granite right away too. And if Patty hadn't done it, I don't know if I would have thought to do it. But I'm intrigued, so I'm going to do it and see how it goes. So the dark gray granite is a little lighter than the dark smoky slate, I noticed. So now we're going to go with the light smoky slate. And I'm going to go over top of the darks and pull it down a bit. See, I'm going over top. And then I'm going to try the light gray granite as well, just to see how it, not too much difference, just a slight shade maybe, which is maybe what you need. So I'm going to go over the arms. This is the dark here, the arms. There, just where the lines are from the artist as well. And maybe a little bit in the legs as well. The feet, I mean. Okay. Now a light gray granite. That's light smoky slate. Here we go. We're going to go in around the cupcake. And now I'm going to leave those little white spaces, and I'm going to take the color lifter and just blend it up. So I think the color lifter is a tool that you should use a little more often. And yeah, it looks kind of cute. I'm liking the crumb cake in his cheeks. It gives him just another little something, a je ne sais quoi. And maybe a light crumb cake on the feet too. Nice. Okay, so now we want to get in a little bit of, let me see where the stamp set is. We need to do our grass and our flowers. So here are the flowers that I want to use, and you'll see that there is no grass in this set. So what I'm going to do, I'm first going to stamp my flowers. Oh, that's the bird. Here we go. On either side. Pick them up. Get my memento. And then I'm going to pull in that parakeet party color. Here. So I've got some flowers here. See, and see how that is? I have to get my chamois. I can just wipe that right off. But my chamois looks like this. This thing came with the mat. So I'm going to go and wet this up and show you what the difference is. When you don't put it in a case or a baggie, then it gets hard and dry. But I need to change that situation. So here it is, nice and soft and pliable. So I'm just going to wipe this off. Perfect. And now I can do it on the other side. And the chamois, I just measured it, is about 8.5 inches square. So great, great tool and an awesome deal to get free with your starter kit. Okay, so here we go. And move that out of the way, wipe it off, and we're good to go. So now I am going to create some, well, we can color the leaves first, I suppose. So this is Parakeet Party. It matches the paper. And it matches the cardstock. So I'm just doing some leaves. And then I'm going to take the light one and I'm going to cut, make some grass. Now you could also use your pencils and that would look fine. And you know what? I'm going to add some dark Parakeet Party in here in just a minute. But this grounds the bunny, that he's not just sitting in air. And you can go all the way down and get your deckled circle in there nicely too. I can disguise that little mark on my circle. And have you been thinking about who you're going to give this, who you want to nominate for this card? So don't forget to do that. This looks like it's sticking out too far. I don't want to really touch it with my fingers, but I feel I have to. Yeah, it was. It was sticking out a little bit. So I just want to go underneath here with a little bit darker. And then maybe around here too, a little bit darker. All right, and then we're going to take the wide tip and pull this down. Yeah, this is the light. The sun is shining here in the Netherlands. I woke up though, and I had a sore stomach. I had to talk to myself and think I wanted to just crawl back into bed, but I didn't let myself do it. I thought, you know what? If you have to get up and go to the bathroom anyway, you might as well just do it from here. That's what my mother said last week too. So I took a page out of her book. Okay, so that looks good. And now how about a little bit of Highland Heather? Or, see, I'm taking some colors out of here. Highland Heather or Berry Burst, maybe both. Anyway, it helps. Stamping is distracting me and I am doing a-okay. And now I'll feel much better having gotten this video done. Look at that. And that is the dark Berry Burst. I probably should have used the light, but you know what? I'm going to use the light now on this side. And I'm going to leave that one plain. A little yellow would be nice in the inside. And now I'm going to go with light. Oh, this is Fresh Freesia. Yeah, and that is actually the color that is in that paper as well. I'm going to do another one over here. And now all we have to do is do the ribbon on the front and then add this. And then you're going to see how beautiful this card is. Let's see, we're going to do a little dark Fresh Freesia in there. There, here, you know what, we'll do one in there too. Beautiful. Okay, so now this is going to go, I might even pop it up. Yeah, we're going to get some dimensionals. I love it when I come back from, I'm back in the Netherlands, by the way. I came back on Thursday, and it's so nice to come back to my supplies and see exactly where they are and all organized. Makes me happy. I brought quite a few things back from Canada, and I had to find places for them all. I put all my Christmas stuff away. There. Okay, so now this is going to go on here like that. But first, we're going to wrap the ribbon around. Here we go. And now you'll see the beauty of Stampin' Up. I'm going to zoom out. Stampin' Up's coordination. When everything coordinates together, you get a beautiful, beautiful product. That's what I think anyway. Okay, so I'm going to, this piece is going to stay here. And this piece is going to go around once. It's a little tricky. I don't want it. Oh, see, it's already twisted. I was going to say, be careful that you don't twist it on the back. So let's see. Take your time with the ribbon. Straight on the back. Flip it. This piece, I just want long enough that I can tie it into a bow. I'm going to pull this. Sorry. It's really not that complicated, but when you're doing it in a video, you want to make sure. Oh, and it's still twisted. You know what? I don't care. I just don't care. How bad is that? And then I'm just going to move it over a little bit. I want it off to the side of there. Well, maybe I do care that it's twisted. Let's see. How bad is it, people? Oh, look at that. They're both twisted. Yeah. It's okay. Now I'm going to tie it in a knot. I shouldn't have said anything, right? I'm being way too honest. I shouldn't have told you it was twisted. Maybe you wouldn't have noticed. So I'm tying it in a knot. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow. Here. And then, to do it differently, I'm going to trim it on an angle. So, and I'm going to cut my bow so that it's just different. See, now I have 3 straight pieces. And I can play with my ribbon more later. There. And now this is going to go. And glue dots are your best friend. You can always, yeah, this is a better way to do it. You can add a glue dot to hold your ribbon the way it should go. And see, and you can slide ribbon over as well, which is nice. That's cute. All right, so we're going to add glue just on 1/2. And I would love to hear what you think about this card. And thanks again to Patty Bennett for the inspiration. It's always nice when I come back from flying that I can have an easy card. Well, it's not necessarily that easy. With coloring, it takes a while. There, how nice is that? And then we'll cut another deckled circle, and it's going to go right in behind here. And then we can stamp our saying on that. We could stamp another little thing. So I'm just going to cut one. So when I went to cut the deckled circle, I realized that it's 6 and 7, and I somehow think I said 5 and 6. It is number 6 and number 7. So this is number 7, and I'm going to stamp a little bird on it, and a little bit off the edge. So then we need our chamois again. And I also noticed one other thing that I thought I would share with you. Do you see? I don't know if you can see it. You can see, I'm going to zoom in. You see a few little specks on here on my white cardstock? That is because I haven't cleaned off my glass plates in a while. So what happens with your glass plates from your die cutting machine is that you're supposed to flip them, right? To keep them wearing evenly. So the roller in that machine is metal. So some black sometimes comes off of that and it transfers to the glass plate. So it's important to wash your glass plate once in a while, and do not put them in the dishwasher, okay? Because they will warp and they're dull. So just clean them with a soft dish brush and some hot soapy water. So I've just put some adhesive on the back. I want to make sure that my bird is sitting right. And now I'm just going to watch this. I have to think carefully. The bird has to sit up. I'm holding it so that it's even with my other one. And then I'm carefully closing it. See, and now it might not be perfect, but it's pretty close. There. I'm just turning him around a little bit, my bird. See? How great is that? And then I am not going to write anything in there. Patty stamped something in Parakeet Party, but I don't know who I'm sending this card to. So I'm just going to leave it. And then, of course, you could color the little bird. And why not make him fresh freesia? That doesn't fit at all with the type of bird he is. But we don't have to follow the rules, do we? He's going to be just a happy little chirpy bird. And you can see sometimes the colors are very similar and sometimes the two are very different. The light fresh freesia is a lot more pink and the dark is purple, but look how gorgeous that looks. Okay, so I'm going to use the fine tip now here on the wing and then add beautiful. And then I think that the chest is going to be a soft, light crumb cake. And then we could add a little bit of dark. Let's see, but we got to make sure we have the right dark. Little. It's nice to show you how beautifully the colors blend. So you just go over the dark with the light, pull the color down and in. And here I'm going up. And now you've got this beautiful little bird. I just have to do his beak and then we are finished. So I'm just doing a little light pumpkin pie. And there we have it. And you can add a little bit to the feet, just a little color. There, so here's our card. And look, I've got the ribbon twisted every which way, so I'm going to try to fix that. I'm going to zoom out. If you love this video, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. It's a Stampin' community, and I love to engage with you, so that's really nice. And the other thing is, don't forget to nominate someone to receive this card. And you know what? While I was making this video and coloring and just thinking about all the things that I needed to do, I have forgotten a little bit about my sore stomach. And I am going to get going right away on my stories and stamps video, at least. And you know what we're going to do? I'm going to use this cute guy. Oops, I'm showing you and you can't even see it. Oh goodness. I'm going to use this cute guy in the card for tomorrow along with the pretty bee paper. So that's on for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday is stamping through my stash. So I get to pick a brand new set that I hasn't seen ink yet. So I'm excited about that. Wednesday is also a reunion for me. I'm getting together with 11 cousins in Zeeland, in Zierikzee, some who I haven't seen in a very, very long time. So I think Pup would be proud. And I'm hoping to share some photos and tell some stories. And yeah, it's going to be great. That's also the next day is when the 14 Days of Love starts. So I hope you join me for that series as well. Have a super day and thank you for being here. Bye.